Hi, I'm Morgan, and I'm going to be talking to you today about how accessible the world of digital is and how there is absolutely no right or wrong way to get into this wonderful field. As you can probably tell from the title of today's talk, I have no formal qualifications in marketing or digital marketing, yet I am currently an SEO executive at Reflect Digital, specialising in content-based SEO. I'll be explaining in a moment how I started my journey from English and American literature student to SEO executive. But just quickly to explain, if you don't know what SEO is, it means that I optimize websites and write content for websites so that they become very easily findable on search engines such as Google. If I do my job well, and hopefully I do, then it means that when someone searches for a specific term, for example, delicious cakes near me, then the bakery website that I've just optimized or written content for will appear very high up on Google's search results for that user to read and enjoy their products. I have been an SEO executive for 3 months, having been a digital marketing executive for 3 months prior to that during an internship at Reflect Digital. So I want to talk to you today, as I mentioned, about how utterly accessible the world of digital and specifically digital marketing is. As I know myself, and I know many of the people at Reflect Digital didn't come from a traditionally marketing-based background. We've all been to university or done apprenticeships or even changed career paths after a few years in a different field. So I want to give you a few examples of how different members of our team have started their careers in digital. I also want to share with you some of the core skills involved in digital marketing. It's not all about technical skills and very specific experience-based knowledge. You will pick this up as you go along, but there are some core skills that you'll probably be learning in your subjects or on your courses now that will make you an absolutely fantastic marketer. And finally, I want to share with you a few of my top tips for preparing for your career that you can be doing now, whether you intend on going to university, doing an apprenticeship, or if you're not even sure if you really want to go into digital marketing yet. All of these things are so useful and you'll be able to do them whether you're interested in marketing or not, which I hope you are as you're all here today. So how did Reflect do it? What I'm going to show you in a second is a snapshot of how every member of Reflect Digital got into their chosen field at Reflect. Some of us went to university but didn't study traditional marketing subjects. Some of us did and have loved it ever since. Some of us got entry-level roles or apprenticeships and internships, and some of us changed careers after a couple of years or, in some cases, 10 years in a different field. So as you can see from my lovely colourful bubbles, at the top you'll find how different members of our team got into their first role in digital marketing. And at the bottom are the current roles they have at Reflect Digital now. So as you can see, a lot of members at Reflect Digital, a lot of the team studied at university in courses such as digital marketing, media, journalism, advertising, communications and graphic design. And they've gone on to stay with traditionally very digital marketing based roles such as digital marketing executive, PR and media manager, growth marketing manager and graphic and motion designer. Now, studying what you want to do at university and staying with that career the whole way through is a fantastic way to get hands-on experience and learn while you go. It's probably, I would say, one of the quickest routes into marketing because you study it and then you get a job, hopefully. But you can also go to uni and study a completely unrelated subject, and you never quite know when actually the skills you learn on that course will become completely relevant for digital marketing. So some of us have studied, including myself, English and American literature, psychology and neuroscience, zoology, geography, and international business administration. And we've gone on to become SEO executives, growth marketing executives, human behaviour specialists, paid media managers, behavioural science consultants, and a whole lot more. I will point out as well, some subjects are completely unrelated. I think you would find it hard pressed to link zoology to digital marketing, although I'm sure someone can probably do it. Whereas subjects like English or neuroscience and psychology, particularly in the case of working at Reflect, because we use behavioural science and human behaviour principles in our marketing strategies, they are unrelated in terms of they're not traditionally marketing based, but they are very relevant. And then you have people that didn't go to uni. We have so many people that didn't go to university or didn't get formal qualifications in marketing or non-marketing based subjects, but they've gone on to do internships, apprenticeships, placements, or got an entry-level role. Some of these roles that they started out in include e-commerce assistant within the fashion industry, general marketing or general digital marketing roles, which they've then gone on to specialise and develop a deep career later, business development, search engine optimization, and international business administration. These wonderful people have gone on to become SEO managers, client success managers, directors for search partnerships, marketing managers, and we've even got heads of services such as paid media and customer experience. And we also have the people who started off in a completely different career and then changed career later on and moved towards digital and digital marketing. So we have photographer, ICT strategy support officer, typesetter, and my personal favourite, scuba instructor. They've gone on to become head of SEO, senior PPC executive, senior developer, and head of delivery. Even though they didn't initially set out to work in the wonderful world of digital marketing, they've ended up being absolute legends in their fields. So speaking of legends, that was cringy. I'm sorry. I now want to talk about my journey into digital marketing in the world of digital. As I've mentioned, I have no formal qualifications in marketing or digital marketing, but I've always been very interested in content, journalism, writing, editorial, which means that my role as a content-based SEO executive is very well fitting. So I started off with my A-levels studying English literature, politics, French and music. Once I'd put aside my dream of becoming the next Beyonce, I did have my heart set on becoming a music journalist, although I ended up falling in love with English literature and politics so much that I decided that actually I still want to be a journalist, but maybe more like a political correspondent or an editor. So I went on to study English and American literature for both my bachelor's and my master's as well. And in that time, I studied so many amazing modules and courses, and I became really interested in visual poetry, visual content, and visual literature. And what this meant was that I absolutely loved literature, and I absolutely loved the more creative, imaginative side of things as well. I also became the editor of the student newspaper as well. And so I started to think, maybe instead of journalism, I could go into editorial, maybe publishing, and be on the other side of things. As you can see, I did change my career options quite a lot. And then while I was at uni, as every student does, I needed a job, I needed money. So I decided to become a social media assistant for my careers service. And this is where things changed tenfold for me. I loved it. Marketing wasn't something I'd ever really considered before. I really enjoy content, I enjoy being creative, and I liked the visual side of my literature course. But I'd never really put two and two together to think that actually marketing could be a really, really cool career option for me. So with my social media assistant role, I had the opportunity to post on social media every day, create content to promote events. I ran a themed weeks, I engaged with students, I networked with businesses, and I was even given the session to run a training session for Kent County Council, which was amazing. And so it put me in a bit of a dilemma. Up until that point, I thought I was going to go on to do a PhD and become a researcher and maybe go into publishing. But then there was this other side of things, this marketing side that I was so interested in and didn't know if I was ready to let go. Hence why, to PhD or not to PhD, that truly was the question for me. In the end, I decided I will do a PhD come September. but over the summer I will try and get an internship in digital marketing. Unfortunately, that didn't work out for me. I had to choose between a PhD or an internship, and I was really grateful to be offered an internship with my university's employability point service with Reflect Digital. As I'm here talking today, you can probably guess that I chose the internship over the PhD because I wasn't ready to commit to 4 years without trying this, what looked like a brilliant career option first. And so I spent 3 months as a digital marketing executive between September and December 2021. And I've been here ever since. I've absolutely loved it. And I've realised that this is really the niche that I'm interested in. I love content. I'm really interested in working with digital PR as well. And I've just really found a career that suits me down to the ground. So that's a little bit about how I got here. And just, I hope it's highlighted how you don't need to have all the answers yet. If you've got a passion, follow it. Because actually, you'll be looking back in 5 years' time going, oh, I can see how I got from here to here to here. So now I'd like to talk a little bit about what skills are important. As I mentioned before, with digital marketing, there are so many skills you need to learn. Every single day I'm learning more and more and more. Yes, there are technical skills. There are things you have to know, and there are often right or wrong answers. It is very creative, and it is often up to you to, it's a subjective career path. However, there are actually, things you can do right and things you can do wrong. However, at the core of it, there are some very core, softer skills that are really crucial. And I believe you're already picking them up with the subjects and the courses that you're learning. So I want to take you through a couple of them just to highlight to you how many there actually are. So I want to start off by talking about creativity. I think when a lot of people think about digital marketing and digital advertising, they think of creativity. They think of fantastic, creative, brilliant, fun adverts, fun social media posts, and engaging content. So with creativity, you can go into so many roles within digital marketing, such as copywriting, social media marketing, email, brand marketing, paid ads, digital advertising, digital design, and even digital PR. And I believe that a lot of you will be learning all these creative skills and harnessing your creativity now. You don't need to wait to start a career. You don't need a formal qualification to be creative and to kickstart your career in digital marketing. So if you study subjects such as English literature or media, photography, the arts, even IT, music, and business to an extent, I'm sure if you've done coursework, you've been given briefs, or in an exam, you've been asked to do something. You need creativity for that. Outside of your studies as well, if you have a part-time sales job, if you work in a shoe shop or a jewellery shop or something, you have to sell to people. You have to use your creativity to know how to do that. If you've got your own social media, you might be filtering or posting or adding GIFs and emojis to things. That's creative. And you can also find very creative volunteering roles, and I'm sure a lot of your hobbies. I'm sure there's a lot of budding artists out there or chefs that get involved with their creative side all the time. So creativity is really important in digital marketing. The next one I'd like to talk about is communication. Communication absolutely underpins digital marketing, because really what we're trying to do as digital marketers is communicate to a user why they should invest in that service or buy that product or enjoy that advert. Communication as well is so important within an agency like Reflect Digital, because we're all working within different teams as well. So if you're brilliant at communication, which I'm sure all of you are, then you could have a future career as an account manager in the business and development and sales teams, copywriting, social media, brand marketing, and definitely digital PR as well. If you're studying subjects such as English, business, politics, if you're doing any languages, most subjects really, whether you're studying A-levels, if you're doing a college course, or you're currently studying for an apprenticeship, they teach you all about communication skills. Plus, again, if you've got any part-time jobs or you're doing anything in your personal time where you're mentoring or volunteering or engaging with people, you're already halfway there to being a fantastic digital marketer. So the next one might seem slightly more niche, but actually being analytical is a huge part of digital marketing. It's actually something I didn't realise that I would be good at as well. I always thought you were either creative or you were analytical. I didn't realise that you could be both. And it turns out I am. So if you're analytical, you'd be great in paid media, SEO, you'd be great at creating strategies or being an account manager. Development and customer experience also thrive if you've got analytical skills. Most roles actually in digital marketing have an element of analysis because you're reporting, you're working to budgets, you're planning. Huge part of marketing as well is the strategy, and that involves a massive level of being analytical. So if you study something like finance, business, computer science, IT, psychology, politics, or you've got a part-time sales job, or you enjoy volunteering, you've definitely got analytical skills. You might just need to remind yourself that you have them. A lot of it is confidence. Once you have the confidence to believe in yourself and your skills, you will go so far. Adaptability is also incredibly important, especially with working in an agency. With agency work, you don't know who your next client's going to be, what tasks you might have the next month. You need to be able to react to trends, you need to be able to react to the news. So if you can do that, if you're easily adaptable, you could join the SEO team, be an account manager, digital PR, you're always having to react to what's happening. Things change so quickly, minute by minute sometimes. So being adaptable is a great skill to have. And I'm being serious when I say being a student during a pandemic, which all of you were, I have so much admiration for you because you will be some of the most adaptable people that we currently know. Everyone in this room will have so much adaptability about them. So harness that and use it for your career. And I'd also like to talk about teamwork, very similar to communication, and especially in an agency setting like Reflect Digital, teamwork is so important because there's so many different marketing teams. We have the SEO team, the CX team, we've got the account management team, we've got the paid media team, and we all have to communicate and we all have to work together as a team. The PR team, if they're sending out a press release, they need to talk to the SEO team. They need to talk to the account management to make sure they've got the budget. The design team might need to get involved and make sure that all the lovely content that I'm writing looks nice too. So teamwork is so important. And again, if you're doing sports or the arts or business or really any subject, whether you're doing A-levels or an apprenticeship or college course, they're all designed to improve your teamwork and working together. And the same as with your hobbies, if you do any sports or any team activities outside of your course that you're studying, come and join us, be a digital marketer. So I'd just like to finish off, spend a minute just talking you through very quickly how you can prepare for a career in digital marketing now. Whether you're thinking about going to university, not thinking about going to university, wanting to do an apprenticeship, or just are interested in digital and want to find out more about what it has to offer you, then these 4 things are invaluable to you. Internships, apprenticeships, work experience, any experience you can get that's relating to a field you might be interested in is amazing because you don't know what you're going to pick up and who you're going to pick it up from. I absolutely, having done it myself, 100% recommend it. At the same time, online courses are also brilliant because there's so many free courses online and you can have just a tiny taste of what it's like to study account management or study business or study a course that you can't necessarily study at sixth form or on your college course, but you want to get a taste in. Also looks great on a CV. Speaking of CVs, LinkedIn is like an online personal CV. You can use LinkedIn to network with people in the field that you want to go into and talk to them, communicate with them, let them know that you're interested and you don't know what opportunities will arise because of it. The same way you can actually get involved and find out what they're posting about and see what's new in the world of digital. Speaking of digital, you also need to be digital. That might sound strange, but the best thing you can do is get online, get on the internet, find out exactly what's going on in this field and see where you might be a good fit tomorrow, next year, or in 5 years' time. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to talk to you today. I really hope if you take anything away from this talk is that the world of digital is vast, is huge, and there is no right or wrong way to get involved. So come and get involved. Please keep in touch with me through LinkedIn or email or Instagram. Thank you so much.